Kyle Tucker grounded out. The Cubs won yesterday 4-3, by the way, against the Pirates. Kyle Tucker rolls one over, and listen, he's not going full Juan Pierre down the line. He's just not. However, why are you booing the guy who you're trying to pray to God that he'll sign a long-term deal with your team, or else you're gonna end up with a 1-year rental and having traded Smith and Paredes? Tell me what was in your head booing Kyle Tucker. Is it the fact that he only has one home run since July 1st? Is that upsetting you? Like his power has just disappeared and you're thinking to yourself, what happened? Is he not able to handle the pressure of being on his platform year heading into free agency? And I say it is inappropriate to make any conclusory statements or thoughts on August 17th while you're sitting in Wrigley. I get that you want accountability, but Kyle Tucker, upon information and belief, he's a good guy. He cares. He wants to win. He wants to be a good teammate. He wants to be on a good team. He wants to be in a good city with good fans. And here comes everybody saying, but David, we're allowed to do whatever we want. And I understand. I don't mind the whole thing, and I'm not going to get into what happened in Boston with one of the Marlins players, Dan Myers. I'm not going to get into the fact that someone was heckling him so badly that he won't even tell us what was said. I'm not going to get into the fact that fans are inappropriate in certain places, and yeah, Boston's one of them. I'm not going to get into the fact that players hear things in left field, right field in Boston that would make Basically, it would make you furious and think you want to go full Malice at the Palace, but you don't. And I'm not going to talk about what happens in Philly either. But come on. Kyle Tucker? We got to be better than that. We can't erase the season Tucker has had, the difference he's made to your lineup with one ground ball that you perceive there was something going on that he didn't run out. I've been the guy who says you got to run everything out. You got to hustle. There have to be consequences to behavior. And if there's a situation where Kyle Tucker is dogging it, and that is something that Hoyer sees or that Craig Counsell sees, I promise you it's going to be dealt with. Those guys are professionals. But to boo him, I just didn't agree with the call. They need your support heading into this 5-game series. You can do it. I promise you. So I wonder what's going to happen with this 5-gamer. Should we make a prediction? Well, during the course of our picks of the day, we'll probably have a Brewer-Cubs game in there. Although there are a bunch of afternoon games, but tonight's a night game, so wait for our pick of the day later. You could be asking me, who's this series more important for? And you would think that I would tell you, well, for the Cubs, they have to gain ground, of course. But no, this series is actually more important for the Brewers. And the reason it's more important for the Brewers is when you come off a 14-game winning streak, as a front office person, as a manager, you are protecting against the dreaded losing 9 out of 10. How do I know this? It's happened to me, where we've had an amazing season, an amazing streak. You then lose 9 out of 10. And then it comes on the heels of having won 9 out of 10, and you turn around and you say, my God, we are literally right back where we were, playing 500 ball over 20 games. When you have a streak, and I never had a 14-game win streak. As a matter of fact, Coca, I would bet you the Marlins in franchise history have never had a 14-game winning streak because those are hard to come by. But when you finally lose, and every team loses, it's baseball, it's the next game that matters. And the next game for the Brewers is this split doubleheader today against the Cubs, which means it doubly matters. So if you are a Brewers fan, you are looking very carefully at this doubleheader. At worst, it has to be a split for the Brewers. At best, you sweep them. But they get swept. All of a sudden, they're on a quick 3-game losing streak. This is how things can fall off the rails. That's why if you're the Cubs, you're going into this game with absolute full pedal to the metal. Is that the right expression? Pedal to the ground. because you want to get both games of this doubleheader, because you want to get from 8 games back to 6 games back. You want the Brewers to be saying to themselves, oh my God, I can't even remember the 14-game winning streak. I've got a 3-game losing streak now, and now I'm worried that the Cubs are objects in the mirror that are closer than a Tyrannosaurus Rex. So it's going to be a great series.